Okay, first I want to take a point of a personal privilege to just really give a hands up for Linda, for Angela, for Chris, and for Brant. You guys have some good representation here. I'm telling you, one of the most fun. With Brant, I don't know what I could do, because when I don't understand anything, I go to Brant for him to explain it to me, because he's just that good. And I keep, every time I talk to him, when are you going to run for office? Because he is the kind of person that we need in office. He believes in our Republican principles and he lives by them. Linda, yesterday at the hearing on health care, absolutely was phenomenal. We had one of our, on the committee, listening at the hearing, he just went off on the people in the audience and basically said, all you people out here, which we were all white, was a racist remark. And another one was, why all of a sudden are you people trying to come now with a states' rights issue? I thought in my lifetime I would never hear somebody in our Georgia Assembly say such things. I mean, it's okay when we're racist, but when they're racist, nobody says a word. Linda does. And she called them out. And it was absolutely... Right. It was absolutely phenomenal. Chris has been there a long time, and I've worked with her, and she's just a wonderful representative of you guys. I want to tell you a little bit about who I am and how I got started. I have been going to the Capitol now for about 27 years. I got started when Jocelyn elders wanted to hand out condoms in schools. I was a hygienist, and I was sitting in my operatory, and I was cleaning a lady's teeth. Now, what this lady thought, I will never know, because I'm sure she thought I was crazy. But I was cleaning her teeth. It had come across the air. We listened to the radio in my office that this was fixing to happen. And it just struck my heart so. And I just started talking to the Lord as I was cleaning her teeth, and I said, Lord, you know, why are we here? Why have we reached this point? And it was clear as a bell to my heart, because of people just like you. What have you done to stand in the gap? And I had done nothing. What have you done to stand in the gap? One difference between Democrats and Republicans love to go to meetings. We love to hear people talk. We love to go to conferences. We love to hear people talk. But we sit in our recliners and we watch, or we come and we sit. We don't get out and do anything. A Democrat is going to get out and go door to door with his little community efforts. We don't do that. We've got candidates that need our help. We have people like David Pennington that has put everything on the line for this. He's actually, do y'all know this? He's actually the first Republican, actual real Republican to ever run for governor. The rest of them have been Democrats that changed to be a Republican. David is a Republican. He believes in the principles that we believe in. We ought to get out and hit the pavement every day working for the kind of people that stand for the principles that we believe in, not sit at home. We ought to give them the money that we've got. I don't care if it's $5, if it's $10, if you've got thousands of dollars, give it. Y'all, we are here for a time such as this. This time may never come again, because if we don't win the Senate and if we don't win the presidency, people, it is over. I mean, it is over. And so it is time to get up, pay up, and get out, you know, and do what we need to do. Y'all have a wonderful group here. I can just imagine what you could do if you really wanted to. If you really get behind these candidates and get out here and help, it could make all the difference in the world. And my charge to you is do it. Do it. Don't sit back here anymore. If you've got, everybody's got $5 or $10, give it. You know, because it's going to be too late and it isn't going to matter. It isn't going to matter. We're working on a lot of big issues at the Capitol. Some of them are going to get passed, some of them are not going to get passed. Why? We have a super majority in the Senate. We ought to be passing every single thing up there. I shouldn't have to be up there. Chris shouldn't have to be up there begging to get things done. We should be at their back supporting them and walking along with them, not out there pulling them with everything that we have got. I have Georgia Conservatives in Action, but then we also started, as that one organization, we could not get a lot done. A lot of people knew who we were, but they could push us to the side because we didn't have that much influence. But we joined together around 31 groups at the Capitol. We meet on Tuesdays. We have a wide variety. We have about a third of us are Tea Party, a third of us are social conservatives, and a third of us are just activists across the state. And they're the big activists, the ones that get out and really make a big difference. With bringing that group together, we have made that group has become a powerful entity up there. The legislators, we bring them in so they can tell us about their bills, and then we go to them. We met with the House leadership, the Senate leadership, and the governor this past year to tell them these are big issues that we want to see passed this year. We had 2 Common Core bills. We had 2 health care bills. We had a gun bill. We had a pro-life bill. We had a Georgia law for Georgia courts bill. And we had the Merry Christmas bill. That was a religious freedom bill, so that you could, within the school systems and within places of where you can no longer say Merry Christmas, you can no longer put up a Christmas tree. Did you ever think we would see a time like this in our history? Never, ever did I think we would see this. We had a school district down in Statesboro that they can't even give out Christmas cards anymore. I mean, give me a break, people. It is time to get up out of that couch and stand up and let's get to work. One of the things that, the reason I'm telling you is to bring you around to, we started asking ourselves, what can we do to make a difference? You know, I'm so tired of trying to pull these Republicans along, you know, and trying to work with them and begging them to do what we need them to do. We've got to get rid of them. We have got to change the Republican Party back into what it was originally. Most of you were given this. The GRA in Georgia was formed back in March, so we're relatively new. I know Brant and them tried to do this several years ago, and for some reason, and I think it was just the timing was not right. The principles were right, what they were trying to do was right, and I remember some of them coming to me and wanting me to join, and I thought, oh, you know, no, I've got enough to do. I don't want to get into something else. And so we didn't, and we were wrong. Had we done this back then, we would be in a whole different position right now. But the Georgia Republican Assembly, we believe in the Republican principles. The problem with what we're seeing now in the legislature is most of these Republicans don't believe in it. They don't live by it. I don't think they even know what it says. The things that we stand for are here, and each one of you can have one of these to look at. We haven't got time, I know, for me to go through them all. But in order to be a member of the Georgia Republican Assembly, you have to be sponsored by somebody. Our goal is to do away with the rhinos and put back in the purity of who our party really is. Because if we don't have that, we're never going to make the differences that we need to make. Because we need Republicans in the legislature, Senate and House, so we can work with them. So I'm really encouraging you to look at this. Brant, get with him. He would be the person that would be sponsoring you out of this area. We're not going to put rhinos in here. Our goal, you can only be a member of this if you are a Republican. It's not an outside group. It's like the Republican Women's Club or the Teenage Republican Club. And so the only way you can join us is if you're a Republican, and our goal is to take back our party and purify it into what it needs to be. And so I think you were given a copy of this. You can look at and read, and then join and come out here and help us. One of the differences that we have is that we have a nominating convention, and in March we will be nominating our person. And the good thing about that is that's different from the Republican Party. They don't have a nominating convention. But one of the differences is when you get the state nomination, you also get the federal nomination, federal endorsement. So you will get both endorsements. And so that's another big change with it. So if you have any questions, I'll be glad to answer them.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Who's that? I'm sorry, I didn't see you. Who's want to ask a question?
Well,
sorry.
Kay, I appreciate you coming. I appreciate your service in Atlanta. You're just a hero to many of us, to me personally, and I thank you for your service. What's the one or two big goals that you would say would be for the Republican Assembly for the next 12 to 24 months? What do you want to accomplish? Big things that you're trying to get done.
Well, I think the biggest thing is to get the Republican Party back in the House. I think that's the biggest thing. I think the Republican Party is
what we want to do is grow, because unless we grow into, I mean, if we have 10, 20, 50 in the group, that's what we learned from our Capital Coalition group. We're not going to be as effective, but we want purity in the group. So we want you guys that truly believe in the principles to join us so that we can actually do these nominating conventions and we actually can have legislation and push it through.
Does this assembly, do y'all meet?
No, not now. I'm hoping eventually we will get large enough that you can have an assembly meeting here and in each town, but we're not quite there yet. But one things we do that's a big thing that we do is we speak out. We go to the hearings that we have at the Capitol. We never see anybody from the Georgia Republican Party there, but we're at almost every meeting where we can speak out, and Julianne is our president, and she speaks on behalf. When she can't be there, I speak out, or any of our members can speak on behalf of the things that are right here. If it's in here, we're going to speak about it, whether it's at a committee meeting or at an event like this.
Do you let us know about things like that? And, you know, when, like in the Common Core, when they're voting for things like Common Core and other things?
Yes, when you join, you get on the mailing list. Okay. And so, yeah, you will know about everything that we're doing. And guys, we need you at the Capitol. We need you to come we need members of you to come to the Capital Coalition so you can join with us. And we become a force that's bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. And we're there consistently, not just when a big event happens. We're there consistently to work on these issues.
Yeah.
Okay, I got a note from the Georgia Republican Women that the 21st is Red Coat Day at the Capitol. Are you planning to participate in that, or?
No, I'm not in that group.
Okay.
But we're gonna have a day at the Capitol too. But I'm not in that particular group.
Just if anyone else is interested.
Yes, Kay, thank you. I'm on the State Republican Party Committee. Ran for the opportunity to be on the committee. And one of the things I had learned through the years of working with the Republican Party was that in the beginning, the parties were established so that they could take and nominate a candidate to run for office. When we went to the primary system where anybody could vote on a person to represent the party, that's when we lost it. That's where we are today. We've lost our fundamental beliefs and philosophy and turned it over to the people who don't know anything to vote for those people. And if you had, which we tried to have a resolution passed and got shot down by a lot of the rhinos, you have a system in Georgia where the party nominates their candidate to run for a particular philosophical belief office, then you got something. But like it is, it comes down to who's got the most money.
But that's basically what we're doing in our nominating conventions, is we're nominating those people before the primary. This is done before the primary. We pick our candidates. And so you can do it without that person having to have the most money. And our goal is to take back the Republican Party. And it worked this year. We had enough of us in positions and enough of us that knew how to work the system that we got on the nominating committee, we got on the resolution committee, and we were able to get good resolutions. Brant was on it, good resolutions out. And that's how it's going to work. We've got to be on the resolution committee. We've got to be on the state committee. We've got to be in every position of high authority. We've got to be there so that we can make those decisions. It's all about where you're at and who makes the decisions.